But without further ado, let's bring up our special guest, man of the hour. Introduce yourself again, Palmetto Star, the prophet, right?
Yes, Palmetto Star. I'm the Ratchet Revolutionary. But you can call me Prophet, Prophet Vet of Black Supremacy. I have a book that I just wrote, my first book that I'm releasing for free. 3 Steps to End Racism right now. You can actually see the title in the background, and that's the book cover right there. Um, and it's about how to effectively end racism in 3 steps. By the end of the book, racism will be over for the reader, and when society adopts these steps, it will be over for society as well. So I released the book on March on I'm sorry on the 20th January 20th online. We had a book release and reading party which was lit in East Point, Atlanta. So it was cool. It was cool. But the book itself, I'm no stranger to controversy. I've been mentioned on CNN, Fox News, MSNBC. I've been deplatformed before deplatforming was a thing. Before they kicked Trump off Twitter, you know what I'm saying, they had been doing things. I had terrorist task squad kicking the door of one of my guests on my radio show. You know what I'm saying? So it's but all those experiences gave me a unique vantage point to write this book. You know what I'm saying? I was instrumental in the gang truce with the gangs on the East Coast, from the GDs to everybody. I got so that has been I my experiences have given me a unique vantage point to write this book and to really show you how to effectively end racism, because people are like, oh, you could combat racism, or racism will never end. Pink people only have 40 more years, if that, on this planet. So
I'm sorry.
racism is
Excuse me.
going to
I'm
end.
sorry. Excuse me. You said what people? Pink people?
Pink
Black
people.
people.
Just want to make sure I heard you right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Continue.
They
Absolutely.
have 40 years. They've had 40 years on this planet, if that. You know what I'm saying? So like something's gonna end. You know what I'm saying? So we could either, adopt racism and be racist towards each other, which is what's happening right now, because black people could only be racist towards other black people. Or we can do something different. And 3 steps to end racism right now is about breaking us out of that loop that we find ourselves in every 150 years, and where we usurp and give them our power, and go into a lower level of servitude. But now we have a chance to break out of that loop, and 3 steps to end racism right now is about breaking out of that loop.
Okay. Question. I'm gonna just jump right into the obvious. We don't want you to give away too much of the book. Well, the book is free, so I guess you don't mind, right?
Well,
You're
the
just
book, yeah,
you're
the book
spreading
is
the
free, but I
information,
am
right?
I am giving out the hard copies too. And hit me up and inbox me on Two Raw for TV Takeover on Instagram,
Put it
and
in a
or
private chat
email
so I
me
can
at,
put it on the screen.
yeah, yep, yep. I don't know how you could write on here,
Go.
but you
Can
can
you see?
inbox me on Two Raw for TV Takeover at on Instagram, or on 3 steps to end racism at gmail.com. You can hit me up on gmail.com, 3 steps to end racism, and I can get you a hard copy. But yeah, the book is too important for me to just sell. I had to, the information is out there for free. You know what I'm saying? For Because that's my gift to humanity. You know what I'm saying?
So with that said, let's jump into a couple obvious things that the people are gonna want to ask. What are the bullet points? The three steps: step one, two,
Okay,
and
well,
three,
we got to
and
get
then
the
and then
language
we'll go
right.
into and breaking it down after that. But give us the
All
bullet
right.
points. What are those three steps in a
Well,
sentence?
the 3 steps basically is we got to get the language right. You know what I'm saying? It's all
That's step
about
one.
having the correct language. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, we got to recognize that when we call these pink people white, we are in our mind, on a conscious or subconscious level, likening them to God, because white has always been a color that we associated with divinity and with godliness. So when we call pink people white, we are likening them to God. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get the language right. We got to stop calling these people what they are not. They took that because we actually, black people are the only really the only people that could be both black and white. White was a status that we used back when we were ruling in Europe. And like, okay, your name MARQ NASH. So if you are of a high society, you will be MARQ NASH the white. It's like a status that they put on your name. You feel me? So they took this status and they applied it to a racial identity,
Hold on, why would I
which
be the
they,
white though? What? Why is
because
it?
you're of high status, they would
Oh,
call you MARQ NASH the white. You
oh,
feel
okay,
me? They would call you
okay.
that if you're a member of high
I ain't like
society.
that. I thought you was just trying to,
No, no,
pick on me 'cause I'm light
no,
skinned. You know what I'm saying? You like,
no,
hey,
no,
white
no. It's
man.
not because of the light
Nigga,
skin
you
thing.
ain't like that.
No, no, not because of the light skin thing. I'm just saying because if you were of high society. Now, pink people took this that were in America, they took that status and applied it to a racial identification. You know what I'm saying? But not even all Europeans could be white at one time. They said, they said that the Italians that came over, they weren't considered white. The Irish that came over, they were discriminated against. They bought into whiteness through black blood. That's what it's called white privilege, because it's a privilege to be white. Pink people created the term white privilege because they were given the privilege to Irish and Italians to be white through black blood. Through the Irish were the first slave catchers, i.e., the police. The Italians were the ones that took the jobs from black people through violence with these unions that they had up north and all that stuff like that, where they took away the skilled labor jobs and everything like that from black people shortly after slavery.
Okay.
So
Okay. So that's step one, the language, right? What would be
well
step two? Because we're gonna go into it in depth, and I want to bring the panel in. I was just trying to get the bullet points. So,
all right.
in one
Well,
sentence, and if possible, what is the second
okay,
step to
so we
end
got to get the
racism?
language. I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break it down. This is not how it's on there,
Right, right,
but we
right. I
got
just
to
want you
get
to
the
just give me
language
the bullet
right.
points, right? To get the language right.
We got to get the roles, because everybody we had to talk explicitly about race and what roles we have in society. You know what I'm saying? Because
I got you. I got you. I got you.
they
Only
just
reason I
imply
said that is because look, man, people be high when they listen to this show late at night. So I'm gonna have to,
that.
you know what I'm saying? If you give them too much too quick, you're gonna lose them a little bit. I know the audience, so we got to spread it out. I know the audience, man. And the third
uh,
step, what would be the third step?
the third step is we had to the third step was we got to adopt black supremacy, because black supremacy is the true culture of black people, and that's black people's propensity to be the greatest. You know how we are the greatest at everything we get into, whether it be basketball, baseball, our academia, even academia. The top children that have the highest IQ right now are black children. You know what I'm saying? So whether it be academia, whether it be sports, whether it be anything, our true culture is to be the greatest. There's not anything else. Our fake culture is music, media, movies. They put that out there as black culture, but that's not black culture. That's fake black culture that they created. You know what I'm saying? This African American Frankenstein monster that they created, that, you know what I'm saying, is based on stereotypes that they just projected upon us. But our true culture is to be the greatest people that we can be, and just to keep on going further and further into that greatness. And that was black supremacy is about. So the third step is to adopt black supremacy
Okay,
as the true culture of black people.
okay. And this would be my question, and then I'll open it up to the panel if they want to ask you any questions here. Actually, it's a two-part question. One is probably a short answer. When did you start writing this book? Like, and when did you release it?
I released it on January 20th. I started writing little bits and pieces maybe about close to 8 months ago, maybe 8 to 12 months ago. You know what I'm saying? Like I was writing little bits and pieces, and I took like a month out and just canceled all my meetings, everything. You know what I'm saying? I still did my radio broadcast, which I've been doing since November 4th, 2010. You know what I'm saying? But I canceled like all the meetings and all the other stuff that I would have, and I just put that on pause. and just wrote the book. Just stayed in the house, just wrote the book for a straight month. And it's really it's a piece actually you could read in one sitting, but it's a lot. But there's a lot in there. As you can see, it's like I'm saying a lot right now. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of information in the little bit of pages that it does have.
Okay, so and this will be my last question, and then I'll open it up to the panel. Well, my last question for now, and I'll open it up to the panel. Um, and this is just me playing devil's advocate,
All right.
or just being what I say objective, right? Is it possible, right, that when one of your three steps to adopt, I mean, three steps to end racism, if number three is adopting a principle of black supremacy, is that
Hmm.
message counterproductive to your end goal?
No, absolutely not. Because see, that's the thing. Because they always want to shoot the narrative that we're black and they're white and it's some opposite bullshit. That's fake fuck shit, bro. I'm gonna tell you straight up that thing they try to play where it's like that narrative they try to spin where, oh, we're white, you're black, it's the opposite. And no, this is no, that's a fake narrative. Because you know what I'm saying, black people cannot be racist. Um the true definition of racism, which is in the three steps to end racism, is the only true racism is systemic racism. You know what I'm saying? Is the only true racism ends with black people either being killed or enslaved. So black people cannot be racist. Black people could only be racist towards other black people because we could only use those powers of systemic racism towards other black people. So no, adopting black supremacy is the natural way of order. We are supposed to be the leaders of the world. You know what I'm saying? We were the leaders of the world. Is we are in a false position of servitude right now. You know what I'm saying? So no, it's not counterproductive at all.